This episode of The Casual is brought to you in part by Squarespace. For all your website needs, Squarespace delivers it in an all-around package to help you build a beautiful, integrated online presence.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Reggie Casual, and welcome to Unscripted, where we talk about the overall fashion industry, trends, styles, and questions from you, that's right, and you, and give our take on it. And this episode is a topic coming from you, which is great. So someone asked about this idea of style evolution and what the hell I meant by evolving your style. And that is a good question, but really a better word may be progression. So allow me today to explain what it is. But before we get into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want to see more and be a part of episodes just like this one. That said, this is Unscripted, style progression. Let's get it. So style progression comes in three parts, at least from what I've learned and what I've studied and what I've been taught. And depending on how enthusiastic you are about discovery and trying incredibly new things, this will determine how far you go at each stage. You got the initial stage, you got the trial showcase stage, and then you have the full growth stage. Now let's go ahead and break those stages down. The initial stage typically starts during your adolescent years, right? Predominantly in high school, when identity is really important. And for the most part, your interests and social circle determine a lot of your fashion choices. That's your group of friends, the music you listen to, the people you follow in entertainment, your family, the lifestyle you lead, the sports you play. Basically, all of that can inform your fashion choices. However, options are limited unless you are wealthy. For the more mainstream inclined during this time, cheap, popular fashion statements that align with your social interests are common. For the more adventurous, DIY and secondhand, upcycling can be off the road, offbeat options. I forget my idiom, it's been in Japan too long. Anyway, however, the initial stage usually sets the tone of your comfort level. Whatever you do at this stage will likely determine where you end up later, because it is quite common that your interests that you have in your adolescence continue well into adulthood. Now, the trial showcase stage typically starts at around 18 to 25 years old, as you'll try a lot more stuff you couldn't do before because you'll likely have the funds to do so, because you either have a part-time or full-blown job and you spend your money on things that you shouldn't. Because that's what any 18 to 25 year old does. You're also more likely to care about being fashion forward because you want to attract certain people, either for romantic or networking purposes, which is a double-edged sword because there's often a push to be more conservative and traditional during the post-college years. From 23 and up, the pressure to be more professional rears its head, and many succumb to the reality of life. Suddenly, some of the more interesting and daring things that you wanted to try when you were younger may be a little off-putting to those you want to attract. Which brings us to full growth, where savvy fashion enthusiasts and fashion people, right, will coalesce their casual, formal, and functional styles to create fluidity in their wardrobe. Now we gotta take a little step back, because while many do subscribe to the idea of having a variety of styles, full growth doesn't really promote that, because the reality is most individuals who even think they have multiple styles actually have one style, and they're simply augmenting it with other genres of fashion. The base remains the same, but the accents might change, so to speak. Now, if we take into account social media, what it has done is make it seem like people at the upper echelon of fashion have plenty of styles, but those individuals are most likely showcasing because it's their job to do so. Most people do not operate this way because it's simply not economically sound. That's why at full growth, a commitment to a style is usually common. And this is what I meant by consistency if you watch the episode that preludes this one. Consistency doesn't mean don't try different things, because I can tell you, I went from backpacker street to menswear to techwear to Japanese grunge to finally landing on Japanese post-avant-garde minimalism. That is You must explore and discover to find your own consistency. And that's what makes personal style. That's style progression. Now, before I give you my final thoughts on implementation, let's get in a word from this episode's sponsor, Squarespace.
A big part of fashion is community, and building a fashion brand or any business requires a strong one. That's why using Squarespace for your new website might be the way to go. Besides being packed with great website templates, built-in SEO and analytics, Squarespace's new members areas make it easy to create, foster, and grow a community of true fans. Give back by giving members exclusive content, discounts, and much more, all while monetizing your business. So use our code squarespace.com/thecasual to save 10% off of your first website and let Squarespace help you build your brand, business, and community.
Now, as far as implementing these stages, it's likely you already are. Many of you that are younger, or at least mostly the younger crowd, is either in the initial or trial stage. You're having fun with fashion, and you likely haven't established a singular style because, again, showcase and relevancy is still important to you. You may not think so. You may think you're doing it for yourself all the time, but most young people are trying to showcase to each other. You're trying to attract people. That's the goal, right? It is. Don't worry. It's not a nefarious thing, and I don't look down on you because of that, because I did it too. Now, those of you who are 25 and up are likely entering full growth, or if you're watching this episode, you're looking to be more adventurous or understand how to be a bit more interesting or savvy when it comes to fashion. No matter what, it all depends on where your interests lie and how you can learn to coalesce your interests, your casual and professional image to fit your wardrobe. That's the key to a good wardrobe. It doesn't mean you have to be highly nuanced or super adventurous or try things that you don't want to try or incredibly knowledgeable about everything, but by knowing yourself and the image that you want to show to the rest of the world, that could give you a leg up in building the perfect wardrobe for you. So at the initial stage, find a singular style that fits your attitude, your interests, and learn all the angles of it, and follow and learn from individuals that are quite good at that style that you like. Then implement largely what they do. Like, just do it verbatim. Dress like them as closely as possible. Seriously, that's what you want to do. Do variations of what they do, but that's how most people get started. They just dress like somebody that they like. Once you enter the trial stage, you want to go ahead and take that one step further. Depending on what angle your initial stage was, whether it was formal, casual, or functional, you want to try to find styles that your initial style isn't. If you get that. So if it was casual, find amazing functional and formal styles that speak to your character. And then try those. Try several. Have at it. Be adventurous. Discover more. Even brands that nobody knows about. Don't even worry about what's popular. Just discover. And then add your own interests into the mix. That's what the trial stage is all about. And then at the full growth stage, find a way to coalesce all of that into a cohesive wardrobe that flows nicely together, where every piece is nearly interchangeable. And I can't stress this enough. Play with the position of your clothes. For example, tucking a shirt in and leaving it out is two different looks. Cuffing your pants and leaving them full length are two different looks. Rolling your sleeves and not, two different looks. Even a loose tie versus a proper tie can create two different looks. Imagine combining all these variations with the same pants, shirt, and tie, for example. You virtually have about 10 to 20 different looks by simply using the same items. Now you change those with colors and now you're having this wardrobe that's just ridiculous. That's the power of full growth and a fluid personal wardrobe. You could take it further by introducing important elements into your buying process. For me, for example, silhouette, fabric, and manufacturing location take precedence over everything. For you, it could be different. It could be color. It could be, theme. I don't know. Choose. It's your wardrobe. Full growth means that styling is more important than brands, because at full growth, you should be able to imagine what you need rather than waiting for a brand to make something that you think you might need. It's completely personal process. And if you can't find the piece that you're thinking of, then guess what? You do it yourself, or you get somebody to do it for you. I can't tell you how many times I bought some fabric and did a tech pack for a pattern maker for a piece just for me. I've done it so many times, it's actually quite ridiculous. So if you do all of those things and you add a little bit of, I have some interest in designer fashion or underground fashion or, experimental fashion, that can all make up your style. So that's where style progression can lead. And that really is what it is in a nutshell. That really is what it is in a nutshell. But my question to you is, what stage of the process are you in? And what's your hope to achieve in your personal style? Some of you are more adventurous. Some of you like, experimental designer fashion. Some of you like the art of fashion. I'm interested in knowing what moves you in this process of building your wardrobe. So let it be known in the comments, and maybe you can name some brands that really speak to you. You can also put that in there and just talk about it, engage, ask questions, or maybe you could come up with another topic that we could talk about. And if you want extended overtime episodes on topics just like this one, join us on Patreon and gain access to our private Discord. And if you're trying to make a brand, join at our higher tiers on Patreon to get access to our monthly fashion brand building series webinar, where I teach you the nuances and the intricacies of building your own brand. There's a lot of help there, and we go over everything like production, manufacturing, marketing, all of that. It's quite intense. So if you really are about it, join us there. But most importantly, keep it locked right here for all of your info in international fashion, culture, and business from Tokyo. It's your boy, and keep it casual. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu, and I will see you guys in a minute.